Welcome to Ocean City, Maryland, and welcome to the 2026 Beach Tennis Maryland ITF Championship Series. For the next 8 days, this beach transforms into the home of the biggest and longest-running beach tennis event in the United States. The world's best athletes have arrived to battle for ITF ranking points, championship titles, and beach tennis glory. This year's series features Elite BT50 and BT200 events, along with the first ever week in the United States to host for ITF J100 junior tournaments. Whether you're watching from the sand here in Ocean City or joining us from around the world, you're about to experience world-class competition. This is the 2026 Beach Tennis Maryland ITF Championship Series, and it starts right now.
Check, check, check. Okay, hey, message for all players. Listen, all players, if you want to go to the Wellness Recovery Zone tent, you need to bring your credential. It's very important. They don't make those just to be pretty. It actually serves a purpose. So please, if you can make sure that if you want to go to the Revamp Recovery Zone tent, that you bring your credential. If you don't have a credential, come let the team know under the Cultivated Wellness tent or at the tournament tent. But once again, a reminder for all players, if you're going to enter the Revamp Recovery Zone, you need your Recovery Zone tent credential. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Center Court. We are here live in Ocean City, Maryland. My name is Alex Corna, the voice of beach tennis. I want to welcome all of you who are here in Ocean City, as well as those joining from around the world watching the stream, courtesy of I Do Live Streaming. We've got our second match here on Center Court of this beautiful Saturday in Ocean City. Let's go down and let's meet our players. First off, we've got a team representing Brazil. In the white shirt and the pink shorts, he's 18 years old, currently ranked 1,038 in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Bruno Salini. And his playing partner, also from Brazil, also 18 years old in the black and white outfit, currently ranked 611 in the world with a high ranking point of 503. He's won 2 tournaments already here in 2026. Give it up for Mr. Alan GESUALDO. And on the other side, we've got, this is very much a youth versus experience match, ladies and gentlemen. First look at the Americans here on Center Court. Not the only American team in the draw, but the first we've seen on center. Let's give it up. First off, in the black shirt and camo hat, he's the founder and CEO of SXY and Sexy Beach Tennis, 57 years old. Former number 14 ranked player in the world with 8 career titles. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the United States of America, give it up for Mark BONFIGLI. And his playing partner, currently ranked 194 in the world, as he's gotten as high as 29. He's got 12 tournament victories dating all the way back to 2013. At age 45, representing the United States of America via Puerto Rico, give it up for Mr. Carlos Rivera. Best 2 out of 3 set action here with the young guns, the 18 years olds from Brazil. Got to be serving it up. This is Mr. Alan GESUALDO going to start us off. First set, first point. Here we go, Center Court. And swing and a miss there for Allen, but that one's just going to sail wide on the return of 15 love. Oh, it was good. They called it good. Okay, good shot there. The American strike first. Love 15. Serve up into the net. Love 30. Remember, folks, best 2 out of 3 sets. If we get to a third set tiebreaker, it will be a 10-point super tiebreak. Not a full set. Forehand tie return there by Bonfigli. A little shaky start here for the Brazilians. Remember, they're young, 18 years old, but they do have tournament experience. The Americans going to fight for every point. Here we go. Back forehand side return there by Bonfigli. There's Rivera getting in on the action with the quick put away, and Team USA strikes first. They are on the board with a quick 1-game-to-love lead. That's exactly how they wanted to start with the service break. Bonfigli, Rivera, strike first, 1-game-to-love. So we talk about youth versus experience, and you know, it's kind of a funny thing when you talk about it, but in reality, it's very, very true. Obviously, the Brazilians have an advantage from an athletics perspective and speed, but Carlos and Mark have been in the moment in big-time tournaments around the world at various stages over the last decade. So how does that experience play out? We shall see. Wind is picked up here in Ocean City. That's going to be a factor today. Wind really pushing from the south side of the court. Carlos serving it up. Mark stretching, able to get a paddle on it. Little cross angle. There we go. We're talking about experience. Oh, and Bonfigli was in position. It was a nice setup play by Rivera to go cross angle dish, forcing the high shot. Bonfigli moved in on the, but just couldn't put it away. Love 30. Oh, sets up for the 1-2, kind of his own 1-2 punch there. Big serve by Rivera, forces the high return, goes in for the kill, but just misconnects. And so that is a break opportunity here for the Brazilians at love 40, trying to tie this first set. We are early in this first set. Second match here on center court. The mature Americans, as we'll say, taking on the young gun Brazilians. As the serve is up, friendly bounce off the net. That's going to count, and just mishandled there by Rivera. Not much you can do when he gets redirected by the top tape. So we are tied up at 1 game apiece, ladies and gentlemen. First set action. Big serve up and out. One serve only in beach tennis. You got to get it in or you got to lose the point, and that's exactly what happened there to Bruno Salini. Goes for the big push. Off the serve, out of bounds, love 15. Nice serve that time. A little bit flatter, didn't come in with quite as much overhead top spin as I thought. Rivera gets a paddle on it, sends it wide, 15 all. Serve up. Forehand return there by Bonfigli. Now a little touch drop around the net, going up high, trying to go over the head of Bonfigli. Rivera's there to answer. Rivera now covering a lot of court. It clips off the paddle of Alan GESUALDO. 15-30. So we'll see how this strategy develops. You got both teams just kind of feeling each other out right here. You're going to see Carlos Rivera cover a lot of court in this match. It's just kind of how they play. That's the chemistry that him and Mark have over the years. Certainly no strangers to each other's game. And that's another one. Misconnect there off the top of the paddle is going to send it way outside. And that is a break opportunity now for the Americans. 15-40. So it's been a challenge for the serving team so far early in this match. And Bruno serves it up into the net. Could it be nerves? Could it be a wind adjusting to the wind? Could it be the pressure of center court? It could be all of those things. We are at 2-1 for the Americans. Mark Bonfigli, Carlos Rivera here early in set number 1. Men's round of 16 live from Ocean City. You're watching the 2026 Maryland Beach Tennis Open BT50 tournament number 1. Mark Bonfigli serving it up at 2-1. He's going to elect for the high overhead serve. Now, you might laugh at that for those who are watching this, here in Ocean City, maybe seeing this for the first time. You're like, why would he do that? The wind is strong, especially the higher the ball goes, the wind is more strong, and it's going to put a lot of influence on how that ball moves. Very difficult, actually, when you're looking up in the sky. Trying to lock on that ball can move as much as 7 feet up there in the air. So it's a lot more dangerous than it looks, and that's exactly why they play that strategy, because it took everything for the young Brazilians to just get a paddle on that ball, and Carlos Rivera was already in sight to put the ball away, already in position. 30 love. This is all very intentional by the Americans. Another high serve up. Bonfigli does it really well. That ball is moving, like I said, about 7 feet in the air. Rivera there on the forehand side dish, and the young Brazilians, that's Alan GESUALDO. Wishes he had that one back. That's a quick 40 love now here for Team USA. I'm going to say it a lot of times this match. Youth versus experience. We're seeing the experience shine right now. While it might be a little unorthodox, it's perfectly legit, and it's very difficult there. The wind has picked up. They're going to play that wind advantage from the north side of the court. Oh, Rivera goes down in style. Puts the game away on a big overhead smash that sends him into the sand. Team USA, Mark Bonfigli, Carlos Rivera lead 3-1. So here we go, quickly back into the next game, 5th game of this set. Oh, and Bonfigli, he was there. He had an easy put away, really, but just misconnected on it, maybe got a little distracted. Sends it out, 15 love. Big time serve. 15 all. Winner of this match will actually move on and take on the champs from the winners of the previous match we saw here on center court, Alessandro Calbucci and Alex Agrelli. My tongue is getting twisted here. Alex Agrelli. Oh, GESUALDO putting it down with authority, but just a little too much juice into the net. 15:30, guys. 15:30. At 15:30, GESUALDO serving it up. $45 now, 45. So that is game, and players will change sides now. It's 3-2. Mark BONFIGLI, Carlos Rivera holding on to a 1-game lead here in this first set early. So you are watching men's round of 16 action here, Pro Division from Ocean City, the first BT50 tournament of the week. This is BT50 number 1 of the Maryland Beach Tennis Open 2026. Americans Carlos Rivera and Mark BONFIGLI here on center court, taking on the young 18-year-old duo, 18 years old duo of Alan GESUALDO and Bruno Salini from Brazil. Rivera serving it up now, leading 3-2. And that's going to sneak inside. Just inside the baseline, 15 love. And in position, Bruno, but just couldn't connect with it, and that's what we're talking about. And you see that sometimes early round action, earlier in the set, players haven't quite found their rhythm yet. They got the setup, but Bruno just couldn't quite connect on that one. And that's a nice play. Carlos Rivera, just a very functional, kind of didn't try to go for too much on that overhead smash. Puts it down in the proper position, and that gives them another opportunity here to extend that lead at 40 love. Carlos Rivera, 45 years old, lives in Puerto Rico. He's been as high as 29th in the world. That's a nice big serve there. Answer back in there by Bruno on the backhand side dish. That is out, and that is game for BONFIGLI and Rivera. They extend their lead here in the first set to 4-2. So here we go. Bruno serving it up. 2-4. And that's sometimes you got to think that's all they need to do is just keep the ball in play. And that's what BONFIGLI did on the quick hands. Mark BONFIGLI able to keep the ball back in play and just let the young Brazilian team make the mistake. Love 15. Playing the win, Carlos covering the back of BONFIGLI. He went for it, just not this time. 15 all. Good effort, though, by Rivera. As Bruno Salini puts it into the net. 15-30. The young Salini looking for his first win on the ITF Beach Tennis Tour. Currently ranked 1,038 in the world. But a lot of playing opportunities down in Brazil. Tournaments all the time. The sport is just blown up down in Brazil. And so I expect we'll see he has the opportunity to make that world ranking rise with as many events that are down there in Brazil. Plenty of playing opportunities. But right now, 15-40. Break opportunity here for the Americans. Trying to extend that lead in. This time, the bounce. Friendly bounce off the net for the young Brazilians. They inch a point closer. Still break opportunity here at 30-40. Another one, friendly bounce. Oh, and he does it 2 in a row. That's really hard to do, folks. Takes a lot of skill. And we'll just give him the credit. We'll say he tried to do that. 2 in a row. Over to Bonfigli, catches off the net, but what that does is it takes us to a golden point at 40 all. Next point wins the game. Serve is up. Over to Bonfigli on the forehand side. Yes, and that was just a beautiful angled return by Mark Bonfigli. Again, youth versus experience. And experience so far is winning in this match. 5-2 as players will change sides. The Americans 5-2 lead here, set number 1. You're watching men's round of 16 action on day number 1 in Ocean City, the BT50 number 1 here live. All right, as we are back on center court, so the Americans, Mark Bonfigli, Carlos Rivera, have a chance to close out the first set here with Mark Bonfigli serving it up at 5-2. Big send up into the stratosphere, and that doesn't even get over the net as the wind pushes that one back. That's the risk you take. Love 15. Let's see if he elects to keep with the underhanded serve or if he tries to change it up. Serve up, super high up into the air. Oh, and that one just, it missed again, but it didn't miss by much. I mean, imagine if you just clip the top tape when you're coming down on that one. Bonfigli, he cutting it a little bit too close, but they have a lead at 5-2. So let's see what he elects to do now. Going for it again. He's going to put a little more mustard on it. This one gets over. Sade back in, backhand dish. Nah, GESUALDO into backhand side dish into the net, or down onto the ground rather. So that's a first point here for BONFIGLI and Rivera in the game at 15:30. A little bit unorthodox, folks, but it works and it is legal. So once again, up in the air, the wind really blowing that ball. But Bruno Salini putting it down with authority, saying, nope, you can't keep throwing the ball high on me. Ultimately, you're going to pay the price. And they paid the price there. Break opportunity here for young Brazil. And this time, BONFIGLI goes with the overhead serve, but into the net. So 3 service errors gives the game away there, Team Brazil. Alan GESUALDO and Bruno Salini pull within 2, but they are still down 3-5 with BONFIGLI Rivera. The chance to break and take the first set. Serve up, backhand side return there by Rivera. Rivera taking it up high into the net. Windmill by GESUALDO. Salini now. Bruno getting a paddle on, and that's going to go into the net. Love 15. This time serve up and into the net. Love 30. 2 points away are the Americans, BONFIGLI and Rivera, from taking the first set. Backhand side return there by BONFIGLI, and Rivera putting it down with the overhead smash. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Rivera, Mark BONFIGLI at love 40. It is break point. It is also set point here in this men's round of 16 match. Yes, friendly bounce off the net there. Caught that top net tape. Nice pace there from GESUALDO. 15:40, still set point here for the Americans. That's going to go over. Rivera able to get to it. Bruno locking in on it. Rivera just keeping the ball back in play, trying to force a mistake. Easy put away. Bruno Salini keeps his team alive, and that was just great play there by the young Brazilians, both 18 years old. Part of that next generation of Brazilian beach tennis player that has just been country on fire for the sport of beach tennis. More beach tennis players now actively playing in Brazil than any other country in the world. So let's see if we can keep the momentum going here as GESUALDO serving it up. Yes, dug out there by Rivera. Chipping in charge, and is the wind going to blow it back? It is. Down on his knees goes Sevilla. Yes! And the Americans take advantage of that wind barrier, and they take the lead. 1 set to love here in this men's round of 16 match. Mark BONFIGLI, Carlos Rivera leading 1 set to love. We'll be right back with the second set action here on center court from the 2026 Maryland Beach Tennis Open.
Welcome to Ocean City, Maryland, and welcome to the 2026 Beach Tennis Maryland ITF Championship Series. For the next 8 days, this beach transforms into the home of the biggest and longest-running beach tennis event in the United States. The world's best athletes have arrived to battle for ITF ranking points, championship titles, and beach tennis glory. This year's series features Elite BT50 and BT200 events, along with the first ever week in the United States to host for ITF J100 Junior tournaments. Whether you're watching from the sand here in Ocean City or joining us from around the world, you're about to experience world-class competition. This is the 2026 Beach Tennis Maryland ITF Championship Series, and it starts right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and welcome all of you who are watching on the stream, courtesy of I Do Live Streaming. I'm Alex Corner, the voice of beach tennis, bringing you set number 2 here with Carlos Rivera, Mark BONFIGLI leading 1 set to love. Men's round of 16 action as the first serve is up and it clips the net and sails wide. A love 15. And that ball's going to sail along. So there's definitely, if you haven't figured it out by now, a big difference from playing on the south side of the court, where the Americans are right now, versus the north side. North side where the Brazilians are in the white shirts. Wind definitely blowing from south to north. And there's a distinct advantage being on that north side of the court because you can play the ball up into the wind. And it gives your opponents a much harder time having to deal with the ball getting manipulated and moved. So here we go. Rivera serving up at 15-30. As that ball's going to sail out. Break opportunity here for Team Brazil. 15-40. Down a set. But chance to strike first here. Get that early break. At this stage, with the wind as it is, you definitely, if you're on that north side of the court, you want to, it's almost like you feel obligated to win those games because it's going to be much more difficult from the other side. But that's exactly what Team Brazil has done. They got the early break. And there we go. Team Brazil strikes first, leading 1 game to love here in set number 2. So now serve goes over to Team Brazil as the players have switched sides with GESUALDO serving it up. Leading 1 game to love. Dug out there by BONFIGLI. Yeah, he tried a little feather drop. He thought the wind might help it push that ball over, but he needed a little more juice on that one. Love 15. Smart little drop shot there as Rivera. He knew that the wind was going to be pushing against the ball, so he just kind of feather drops it in the center, knew that it was going to get drift even closer to the net, making it hard for the Brazilian team to respond. Love 30. Friendly bounce off the net once again over to BONFIGLI. And BONFIGLI's been the recipient of 3 of those serves so far in this match where it's gone at him and clipped the net and just dribbled over. 15-30. Yes, a nice angle as Rivera was going to cover BONFIGLI's back. Couldn't get there quite in time and let that ball go. 30 all. Oh, Carlos Rivera looked like he was climbing up the back of Mark BONFIGLI to get to that one. He just climbed that ladder right off of BONFIGLI's back, put that one down with authority, and it's a break opportunity here at 30-40. Serve in. Answered back. There we go once again. Oh, that time, but responded back by Bruno. Bruno able to keep the ball back in. Cross angle there by Rivera. BONFIGLI, oh, stutter step. A little distraction. BONFIGLI made a motion. It distracted Carlos. He didn't know what was going on, and that was enough for the ball to hit that sand. We are tied at 40 all here on center court, Golden Point. Second game of the second set. Will the Brazilians pull to a 2-game lead, or will we be tied at 1 apiece? Let's see what happens here as the serve is up. Forehand return there. Yeah, it's going to get dumped in the net. Ladies and gentlemen, we're tied at 1 game all here on center court, set number 2. So there we go. Bonfigli's serve, going for that underhanded high lob serve. Didn't connect with it the right way, and it's a love 15. So let's see if they stay with that strat or change things up. There we go. This time he's got the juice on it, blowing backwards, but the ball kept in play. There's Bruno trying to keep the ball back in again. It's just kind of a battle with the wind here. You're fighting your opponents, but you're fighting the wind at the same time. And that one, that was a little too flat, little too strong. Not going to land inside. The wind can't help you on that one. And it is now 50. It is now 30-15. I'm sorry, no, it's love 30. My bad. Love 30. Definitely got some breeze here, kind of reminiscent of how things are in Aruba, one of the largest beach tennis tournaments in the world, known for its high winds. And some of these strategies have been born out of those years of play in Aruba. No, Rivera got a paddle on it, but that's going to sail long. And a break opportunity here for the young Brazilians at love 40, chance to extend their lead to 2-1. Return just trying to trickle over the net, but falls a bit short. So that is Bonfigli and Rivera on the board for the first time in this game, 15-40. Still break opportunity here for the Brazilians to extend their lead to 2-1. Bonfigli going overhead serve this time and gets one back. Bruno puts the return into the net, 30-40. Still break opportunity, but they've got one left. Don't want to go to the golden point, then it's anybody's game. So let's see what Bonfigli does on the serve now. Will he go overhead? Will he go underhand? We shall see. Electing to go overhead, just spinning it all in. Carlos crossing in front. Carlos is there putting pressure on. Carlos now from the corner. Oh! It's good! And the Brazilians, down love 40, have forced the golden point at 40 all. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I'm off. I am off. I messed up the... I'm so sorry about that. It's game 4. Team Brazil, as that one just lands inside the baseline. So we got a good one here in the second set, folks. Down a set, 1 set to love. The Brazilians have at least seized the momentum for the moment here in set number 2. It's a 2-1 lead for the young Brazilians, Alan GESUALDO and Bruno Salini. Leading 2-1, Bruno serves it up. Rivera's chop into the net, 15 love. Nice cross angle, forcing Bruno to get up quickly. Bruno just not quite fast enough, gets a paddle on him, but sends it wide. 15 all. Yes, taking advantage. Heads up play there by Team Brazil. 30-15. They know that Rivera is going to be covering the backside of BONFIGLI, and they just exploited that open court. Rivera couldn't get there quite in time. Big serve there by Bruno. And so here we go, 40-15. Coming off the break, chance to extend that lead to 3-1. As that one's going to sail out, and that's exactly what happened. So the Brazilians now extend that lead to 2 games. It's 3-1 in the second set. Now the Team USA won the first set 1-0. So they are leading 1 set to love, but they're down 1-3 in this set. Rivera will be serving from this south side of the court with the wind at his back. BONFIGLI going for it, trying not to leave anything in the sand. Puts it down, but into the net, love 15. Oh, into the body, a nice overhead smash. Carlos Rivera saw his moment, puts it down hard, 15-all. So Carlos lays it into the air. Ball carries out with the wind. 15-30. Yeah, nice play there. BONFIGLI going lob over the head of Bruno Salini. Bruno able to get back to it, but it forced the high response, and Carlos Rivera was there to put some pressure down, clips off the paddle of Alan GESUALDO. 30-all. Oh, and denied by the top net tape. He just smacked that one into the net, and you thought for a second it might dribble over, but no, it gets rejected back into his side of the court. Break opportunity here for the Brazilians, 30-40. Have a chance to extend that lead to 3 games. And it's out, and that's exactly what they do. It is now a 3-game cushion for the Brazilians in set number 2. They lead 4-1, down a set, but they're in firm control here in set number 2. We'll be right back in just a moment, live from the 2026 Maryland Beach Tennis Open. Well, I've called a lot of beach tennis matches in my day, and it is not uncommon to see momentum shift from set to set, and that's exactly what we have here in this match right now. It was a 6-3 win in the first set for Team USA, Mark BONFIGLI, Carlos Rivera. But the second set, something happened in the changeover. And now it's all about the young Brazilian team of Alan GESUALDO and Bruno Salini. They lead 4-1. Can Rivera and BONFIGLI take advantage of being on the north side of the court and use the wind to their advantage? See what happens here as GESUALDO serving it up 4-1. BONFIGLI chops at it into the net. That's point 15 love. Oh, and Rivera, he did everything right there. Little shallow chop, but denied. The wind just pushed that just enough to make that shot denied by the net. 30 love. GESUALDO trying to extend that lead for his team. They're 2 points away from going up 5-1. Let's see what the Americans have in response. That one's going to slant inside. 40 love. And the Brazilians have just picked up right where they left off at the changeover. In command here at 40 love. And out of frustration, Rivera goes in for the slam. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a 5-1 lead here for Alan GESUALDO and Bruno Salini in the second set. Now, if we go to a third, remember these games are best 2 out of 3. So if they were to win this set, that will send us to a third set super tiebreaker, which is really a lot of fun. It's a sprint to see who can get to 10 points first to claim the victory. Now, it's certainly not over yet here in the second set. But that's what's in store if the Brazilians can close this one out. BONFIGLI serving it up at 1-5. High up into the air, using that wind once again. And that one's going to blow backwards. Yes, and you just saw the wind just push that ball back. Wind's registering at officially at 13 miles per hour, according to our weather report. Certainly seems a little bit stronger than that down here in the sand. Little touch dropper. And there's Rivera closing that out, taking care of business. Beach tennis is like a chess match, folks. It's a little bit of push it here, pull it there, a little bit of soft drops, and then it sets you up for the big overhead smash. Mix of power and finesse. That's what makes the game great. And Salini just shaking the sand off there. It kind of took a little bit too much of this Ocean City beach onto his skin, so he's cleaning up. And here we go at 30 love. High up into the air once again, getting blown back. GESUALDO locks into it. That's going to sail way outside. A lob return off the lob is usually a pretty decent choice, but I think from the south side of the court, maybe not the smartest thing right now, given the conditions. This one goes up high. GESUALDO can't lock in. So there we go. BONFIGLI and Rivera, they stay alive in the set. They pull within 3. It's a 5-2 lead in the second set for Team Brazil. That south side of the court becoming more of a problem the longer we go into the afternoon. Trying to serve out the set. Here we go, Bruno Salini. They're going to use the wind to their advantage now, and that's exactly returning the favor as Rivera gets a paddle on it, but sends it way long. 15 love. And Bonfigli's shot sails long. 30 love. Yes, and it's good. 40 love, game point, set point. Will we be going to a third set super tiebreaker? It looks that way, but let's see what happens. Forehand side return there by Bonfigli. Bonfigli now getting out of the way as Rivera's there. Goes in for the kill, but that is way long. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to a third set super tiebreaker here on center court. The first one of the tournament here on center. So we are tied at 1 set apiece. Rivera and Bonfigli were in control in the second set. The first set, the second set was all about the Brazilians, Bruno Salini and Alan GESUALDO. So here's what happens. We will go to what's called a 10-point super tiebreaker. That means it's a race to 10. You don't play a full set. Whoever gets to 10 points first, if they win by 2, wins the game, wins the match, and they will advance to face Alessandro Calbucci in the next round. One team will start with 1 serve, and then the players will change sides. And then at that point, every 4 points after that will change sides again. I'll walk you through it as we get there, but it's a lot of fun because you don't have a lot of room in a 10-point super tiebreak. You've got to get out early. And really, I think whichever team is going to spend more time on the north side of the court, they're going to have the advantage here. The Brazilians are going to start there, but they only get to start there with 1 point because players will change sides after the first. So here we go at 0-0. First one to 10 points wins. Here we go, Rivera serving it up. Forehand backhand side return there by Salini, and that one's going to sail along. That's a huge break there for Carlos and Mark because they got the first point of the super tiebreaker on the difficult side. Now they're going to go to the side with the advantage. They'll have 4 points there, so real opportunity to try to build that lead. Allen serves it up. Keeping it back in play is Bonfigli. Just kind of feeling the wind. Yes, over the head of Bonfigli. He couldn't get to it, and so it's 15 all. So there'll be 3 more points with the teams on these sides before they switch again. Allen serving it up. 1 all. Carlo keeping it down. Bonfigli takes it up high. Bruno able to get to it. Bruno there. No, that's going to sail wide. 2 points to 1. 2 points to 1. Allen and Bruno, the Brazilians, leading. Now serve. We switch. Each team will serve 2 from here on out. It's 2 serves to one team, then back to the other, then back to the other. We'll keep doing that until somebody wins the match. We'll play 2 more points on this side, and then players will change. Pressure now on the Americans. They've got to get some points while they have the north side advantage. Serve is going up high into the air, blowing backwards now. Allen gets a paddle on it. Allen locking in for the backhand side dish. Yes, and shallow dropper by Carlos. So that's just smart play right there. That's the chess match we're talking about. It doesn't look, it may not look super exciting, it may not look super stylish, but in conditions like this, experience matters, and that's what these guys are doing. They're playing the experience. Serve up high into the air. Is that one going to get over? It will. Blowing backwards now. Bonfigli taking it high once again, challenging Allen. Bruno getting some paddle on it, and Bruno puts it down with authority. Big time point for Team Brazil. They lead 3 points to 2, and they're going to change sides and go to the north where they have the advantage. So we got a close one here. 10-point super tiebreaker. First one to 10 wins, and will advance to the round of the quarterfinals, rather. It is do or die here in Ocean City. You lose and you are out. Your day is done. Your tournament is done. You got to stick around for one of the other tournaments that's happening this week. You win, you advance, but you got to play the maestro, Alessandro Calbucci, winner of this match. Will play a legend. Here we go. 3 points to 2. 3 serving 2. Bruno Salini serving it up. Rivera locking in. Yeah, so Carlos Rivera took his time with that one. Didn't try to do anything too fancy. Just put it down. We are tied at 3 points all. Here we go. Bruno Salini, the 18-year-old. His partner, 18 as well. The young kids. And that's going to sail wide. So this is huge here for the Americans. They got 2 points back on the side with the disadvantage. So now it's up to the paddle of Carlos Rivera. Can he extend the lead? It's 4 points to 3. 4 points to 3. This American team, 57 years old. Did I really say that? And 45 versus 2 18-year-olds. The Brazilians, they can't buy a beer at Secrets, but they can win a beach tennis tournament. Let's see what happens here. And another one for the Americans. They are showing their stuff, peaking at the right time. 5 points to 3. Bonfigli putting the pressure on now, taking it up high. Once again, stretching out is Allen. This one's going to go long. Okay, so here we are, 5 points to 4. This is nail biter stuff here, as we are in the mid range of the 10-point super tiebreak. The Brazilians will now switch to the south side of the court, where in theory it is a disadvantage. I mean, it's not even in theory; it is a disadvantage. But you know, the points doesn't automatically mean anything. You got to fight and scrap for every point. So it's looking good so far for the American team, as they've got the next 4 points coming up on the north side with the wind in their face. That's where you want to be. Alan GESUALDO serving at 4 points to 5. Remember, first 1 to 10 wins. Allen serves it up. Forehand side return there by Carlos. Carlos now locking in, putting it up high into the wind. Bruno getting over on the action now. Bruno locking in from the boardwalk sideline. Bonfigli chops one wide. And that's what you don't want to have happen when you're on the north side of the court. We are tied at 5 points all. Dead even. 1 set apiece. 5 points apiece here in the third set, 2 per tiebreak. GESUALDO served it in. Forehand side return there by Rivera. Rivera lets it go, and it's long. And so they scrape one back. The Americans lead 6 points to 5. Serve will now go over to the north side of the court with Mark Bonfigli serving, leading 6-5. Will he go with the underhanded serve? Will he go with the overhead? We shall see. It got really good here. Only our second match on center court in Ocean City, and it is a good one. 6 points to 5. Up high into the wind. Wind blowing it now. Locking in is Bruno. Bruno able to keep the ball back in play. Over to Bonfigli. Bonfigli, little chop dropper. Oh, Mark Bonfigli. He doesn't move very fast, but he's got really good hands, and he knows where to put the ball, and that's exactly what he did there. 7 points to 5. Toweling off again is Bruno. So here we go. Crucial point right now. Bonfigli at 7-5. First 1 to 10, remember, wins. Here we go. Oh, going with a little bit different pace on the underhanded serve. Little chop dropper. Yeah, that's a nice strategy. Move him to the back. Move him to the forecourt. Keep him moving around. Bonfigli on the backhand side. Dish is going to keep it back in play. It goes up. Oh, Carlos diving save. Wynn's going to keep the ball back in. Oh, the Brazilians. They stay alive. What a point. Team Brazil, the players were all over the place. There was diving, there was smashing, there was touch play. That's what beach tennis is all about. 7 points to 6. Players are going to change sides. Now the Brazilians have 4 points from the north side of the court. They could conceivably close out the match if they were able to run all 4 points. So now pressure is going to be on the Americans, Mark and Carlos, to at least hold a couple of those points on their own. They have 7 themselves. They only need 3. 7-6. This is a close one. Got really good here in this third set super tiebreaker. Bruno Salini looking for his first win ever in the ITF Beach Tennis Tour. He's going to be serving it up. 6 points to 7. Serve up, further bounce off the net. Answer back in there by Bonfigli. Now Rivera able to get to it. The touch play. No! No! The net denied Carlos Rivera. He had a great idea there. I don't think that Allen was going to be able to get to it. But the net said no, not this time. So it's 7-all. We are dead tied at 7 points apiece. First 1 to 10 wins. You got to win by 2. What's it going to be? Oh, this is what we like to see. Those folks who are watching online, you are tuning in to a good one here. It's only our second match. It's only the round of 16. But, hey, we got a good one here. 7-all. Serve is up. Forehand with return there by Rivera. Rivera now crossing over Bonfigli. Nice windmill play. Rivera has to commit to it. Oh, and just too much open space. Too much open space. And that's the problem. That's the problem. When Rivera has to cover the full backcourt, it leaves vulnerability open, and that was a great moment of just taking advantage of the open court space by the young Brazilians. Oh, they're 2 points away from moving on in this tournament. Does Team USA have anything left here? Let's see what they can do. At 7 points to 8, they're still very much in this game. Carlos Rivera will serve it up. Need to keep it close. Here we go. The serve is up and in. Forehand return there by Bruno. Bruno taking it up high. Rivera's there, putting pressure on. Rivera, smart play down the center. Oh, no, and into the net once again. And here we are, the Brazilians, the 18-year-olds, Alan Gesvaldo, Bruno Salini, have set point at 9-7. They also have match point. So here we go. Can they convert? Rivera's got one more serve left in the tank here. He's got to get this in to stay alive. It's 7 serving 9. Here we go. Serve up. Answer back in there by Bruno. Bruno getting a paddle on it. Bonfigli's there to answer. Here's Rivera. He's in position to put it away. Oh, Rivera stretching, keeping it back in. Rivera back on his feet at 45 years old. But no! It's out and it's over. The Brazilians, young duo Bruno Salini, Alan Gesvaldo. They have taken it in the third set. 3-6, 6-2, 10-7. They will advance to the match to face Alessandro Calbucci and Alex. Oh my goodness, Alex Agarelli. That's going to be a good one. And for the Americans, Bonfigli and Rivera, their tournament, at least in this one, is over, but they're going to be around. There's a lot of beach tennis tournaments this week in Ocean City, so we'll see them again. just not in this BT50 #1. A valiant effort. It went to 3. But on this day, it was the young guns from Brazil. Congratulations once again to Bruno Salini and Alan GESUALDO. You advance to the quarterfinals. Okay. Check. Well done. Thank you. Good job. You guys made that fun. Thank you. Great. Let's talk a little bit. All right, tell me when you're ready. All right, well, here we go. Alex Cornell alongside our winners, the 18-year-old youngins from Brazil, Alan GESUALDO and Bruno Salini, in a third set super tiebreak stunner. That was fun. First off, Bruno, let's start with you. How are you feeling after that one? Your first match here. Is this your first time in Ocean City? And if so, how are you feeling after that match?
I don't know, but this space, it's very cool. I don't talk.
You don't talk. It's okay. Well, there are probably a lot of people in Brazil watching as well. In Portuguese, you can say something back to your folks watching on the Brazilian from Brazil.
Ok. Primeiramente, quero agradecer minha mãe e meu pai, que estão sempre me apoiando. Esse jogo foi um jogo de superação. Nós perdemos o primeiro set, num jogo muito baixo. No segundo set, nós conseguimos ler o jogo. E no super tie break, nós começamos um pouquinho mal, mas começamos a acertar mais. E é isso. Agradecer muito meus pais, meus treinadores, meus patrocinadores que estão sempre comigo, especialmente a Kona. E é isso. E agradecer muito o Alan, que estava aí comigo o tempo inteiro.
All right, Alan, come on over. Let's talk to you, my friend. Okay, what happened? First set, you lose 3-6. You're down. You guys, you know, it's understandable. Maybe a little nervous in the first set on center court. But something changed from set 1 to 2. What happened? Did anything happen in that changeover? Did you change strategy? Did you talk about something? Because in the second set, it was all you guys in that second set.
So it was really hard at the first start since we couldn't play very well. We didn't get the timing really well, and then we spoke at the second set to start playing a little lower, little more slower. Gotta have, you know, at least to be in the game. And on super tie, it's all blood. It's very hard, and really glad that we could take the win.
So let's fast forward to the third set super tiebreaker. You go down early in that super tiebreak. It's looking good for the Americans, but then all of a sudden a little switch flipped. Was it the wind? Was it just something between the two of you? What happened to fuel that charge you had in the third set super tiebreak?
Honestly, the wind was very hard to get used to. At least in the super tie, we could do a little better, and we got really lucky on the timing that we got over that score. I think was a really important time when we won on that 2-point difference, and that's what it really matters on the super tie.
All right, so good news is you won. You're into the next round. Now here's some bad news. The team you face in the next round includes a 5-time world champion. What do you think about that, facing the likes of Alessandro Calbucci?
Well, we're really happy to have the chance to play with them, and just gotta bring your best game.
Got to bring your best game. When in doubt, bring your best game. Well, congratulations, gentlemen. You're on to the next round. Thank you so much. That was a great match.
Thank you so much.
All right, stay tuned. More beach tennis here live from Ocean City, Maryland.
Welcome to Ocean City, Maryland. and welcome to the 2026 Beach Tennis Maryland ITF Championship Series. For the next 8 days, this beach transforms into the home of the biggest and longest-running beach tennis event in the United States. The world's best athletes have arrived to battle for ITF ranking points, championship titles, and beach tennis glory. This year's series features Elite BT50 and BT200 events, along with the first ever week in the United States to host for ITF J100 junior tournaments. Whether you're watching from the sand here in Ocean City or joining us from around the world, you're about to experience world-class competition. This is the 2026 Beach Tennis Maryland ITF Championship Series, and it starts right now.